Hi guys, welcome back to Kit Car Direct and MK Sportscars. I'm outside. Why am I outside, you're thinking? Well, I'm going to talk to you about Open Day. It's happening on Saturday the 1st of April. Yes, that isn't a joke, Saturday the 1st of April. It's, well, kick-off time about 9:30. I think most people will be here from 9, but 9:30 is the main kick-off time. Any kit car is welcome. We've got at least 50, 60 plus spaces here. If you've got a kit car and you want to join us, you are more than welcome. The other thing we've got going on, the Porsche Owners Club. If you're into Porsches, you want to have a little look, they're down here as well for the morning, and then they're on for a run out. Let's head on to the workshop now, though I've got some updates on the Black Panther. Right guys, it's Black Panther emissions time. We're going to stick this probe right up in taxi. Yeah, we're going to get basically dialed in for the IVA test to get to its current emissions. So it's a Gen 2 booster, running our system on it. Let's see how she fares. Rev her up, Joseph. Get that cat nice and warm. So what we're going to do, process, warm it up. Make sure she's up to 85 degrees. Get the cat nice and warm that's in there as well. And we're fortunate enough to have a piece of equipment that will help us. Sorry about the noise, but that's what it is. So we'll run it up and we'll just fire this in there and see where she lands. 2800 please, Joseph. Right, so we'll run this at 2800 RPM. See where she lands. Right, just starting to come down on the CO here. CO needs to be 0.2 or below, just above it at the moment, but we let that cat warm up, building it up, just starting to drop in. Lamber's already fell in. So Lamber below 1030 says he's bang on. Hydrocarbons below 200, so that's spot on at 26 there. And CO has just come in at 0.14, so we're good here, and we're good here. Now we go down to idle, Joseph. Sorry about the noise, it's a bit noisy. But we're dropping it in idle, we don't have to worry about any of these now, we just have to make sure that this drops in. That'll go up before it comes down again. Just make sure this drops in below 0.2 and we are 0.6, 0.5. I mean, this is so far in, it's ridiculously good actually. Very clean, even the Lamber's coming, not that you have to worry about Lamber here on IVA for idle. So this is it. So, Black Panther, IVA emissions, tick the box. Right guys, next job, noise test, love it. Well, we've got a little rear exit on this for the IVA just to make sure it's all under. It's 3/4 of its maximum power at RPM. So on this one, we're going to give it somewhere, I think it's 9,000 it makes its max power. So somewhere around 6,700 to 7,000 RPM. We've got our little measuring device here, which is our angle finder, which is the DB tester, the 500mm one. Got a little DB meter, you can pick these up anywhere. This one's pretty accurate, it's within half a decibel of what the IVA testers do. So, Joseph, wind her up to 6,800, let's go 6.8. We'll stick it in. Now we're at 92, 95. So it needs to be below 99 decibels. I think you can see we're safely in there. Brilliant job. Another box, tick. Thank you, Joseph. So Gen 2 booster, as you know, we've run through the process, getting the emissions in, making sure it's all good at sort of 2800 RPM. It's kind of the guide, anywhere between 25 and 2800 is where it's measured. And yeah, she was all good. We know on our equipment, we've done that. We did the noise test, compulsory. We know they're generally under with the rear exit exhaust system we put on this particular one. No problems there, it was in like 92, 93 decibels. 99 is the legal requirement for IVA. So yeah, the next day what we did was chucked it in the back of the van, threw it off to its IVA test because we had the date booked, and yeah, she's rolled back in now, all passed. So now we're just going to do a few other bits that the customer wants done, just tweaks and etc. and changes. And do a couple of road test miles on it as well. We like to get at least 50 miles in the car. We'll stick 50 miles in it and we're just waiting for the registration. So this one is definitely going to be beating up the A, B roads and certainly the black stuff on the track pretty soon.
Right, here we are guys, Fireblade, classic times. Little 919 Fireblade in here. Spoke about it the other week. It had the electronic paddle shift, kind of homemade air system. So what we had to do, Josie's done a great job, is take all of this out, which is on the bench here. This is what I was speaking to you about, which was like the air canister system and that. There's only this little tube here and an air pump and fans and bits and solenoids and wires and about a gazillion, and I mean a gazillion cable ties coming that was holding this in. It was insane. Lots of carbon bits that I know was just stuff that blocks of this to hold it all together. No wonder it probably wasn't that reliable. It was good, but probably needed a little bit more perfection. Let's go to simplicity. Now simplicity is a push rod system. 2 rods, one for the gear lever to a rocker and a rocker down to the gear shaft. Really simple. And you know what? You've got a left and a hand that changes gear. It's really simple. So we've got that in. Josie's done an awesome job. It's really a bit tricky to get in there. We've used our bearing system that you use like similar on the Cup cars. There's a bearing system in there, double bearing in there, that once you get hold of the lever, pushing it forward and pulling it back, it's nice and easy. So it's down, then 5 back for up. As simple as that. On the billet gear lever as well, so that is really smooth. We've touched it all in. We had to fabricate quite a bit in here, welding in some bracketry and everything else, and making the link rods that drop down to all the linkage and everything else. So, but yeah, it's turned out really nice actually. It's a nice tidy install. It's going to transform the way the car drives, instead of this, which we've got removed still, just this little things there that kept missing gears. Very frustrating, especially if you're on the gas. So yeah, that's job number 1 done. Next job is, now we're going to get this on the ground, that's finished, all painted up, powder coated, etc. Clutch will be the next job, because it's got a bit of clutch slip. So Adrian will jump into that one and do that, and then the exhaust will be the final job. So job number 1, tick. Gear shift system, sweet as a nut. Right, here we are guys, it's Mazda Rx-5 time. Yes, it's on the ground, out of the bay, which is behind there, on the ground. What's the reason? Well, it's getting its final stretch down to the IVA process. So what we've been on with this week, a few little touches as well, and other bits as well, but under the bonnet here, guys have been doing all the old coolant system on it. The guys have been plumbing it up, getting that done so we could run it up to temperatures and give it a road test. We fit the new bonnet catches on here, which is the lockable ones, the metal ones. They're really good, they click, really safe. For IVA, you do need a little rubber cover that goes over those guys if you're fitting them for pre-IVA stuff. After IVA, doesn't matter. Then trimming up, really, all the body panels have been trimmed off, final fit and finish down here, and then things like this in for the IVA trims, all the rubbers and the grits and grommets and things that you need to do, covering up all the sharp edges. Anything that's more than 2.5mm radius needs a cover on it within that sphere distance. So yeah, these have got the Mazda standard calipers on there, but with cross-Jordan rented discs. One of the little jobs you need to do, bleed them up. So the guys have been cracking on as well, pumping the brakes. Anna Menasia done a great job. She starts, stops and goes as she should. So yeah, the final jobs are being done. You know, horn being fitted, that's been done and wired up. The final job in the horn is on the centre and the hooter in here on the steering wheel. All the IVA lights have been done on the rear. All the new little witches hats, as we call them, they're all gone on. They're for your sharp edges for your harnesses, etc. Saves cutting them up with trim. Those are available on the website. Nice little product. You can leave them on afterwards actually. Neat and tidy, and it stops them rattling, which is quite nice actually. Sometimes you get that little rail, does bug you. Centre padded tunnel in, that's really nice with your phone and key holder down in here. Standard Mazda clock, standard 1.8 engine. Pretty much ready to go now. It's had a little road test. Happy with how it drives, stops and goes. We give it a couple of more miles just to make sure everything's bedded in, ready for its IVA. And I do believe this one might be going up for sale. The customer might be selling it straight away. So if you want to get into an Rx-5, and it's one that's already been built and ready to go for spring because it's coming up, after it's registered and IVA'd, you could be first in the queue. So hook us up a phone call, email, speak to Andy, and he'll be able to talk you through the car and the spec. Right, chassis time, what we've been on with? Well, lots of things actually being made. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or this one's I think the 8th one now, rolled in the door. We're trying to get these kits ready for customers to get out the door. This one's, well, it's had its brake lines, fuel lines and pedal box this week fitted. The guys have been doing that, ready for the customer to collect next week. If you want to get in the queue, hook up us a phone call, email, speak to Andy here. He'll be able to support you with that, or come down and visit us and we could take you out for a test drive in the little Mazda demo car there. If you're already in the queue, you're up this side this week, guys, and you can see where you are. Right, I think you can see from this, guys, The old welder's been having a right old workout making these chassis. So we've been cracking on, doing a good job, getting them out the door as quickly as we can. And I hope you like what we're doing here. If you do, don't forget about the open day, 1st of April. You can come and see how it's all put together with the cars here as well. And if you do like it, remember it's a thumbs up sign. Stick that down there and share it with your friends and family. That's it, guys. Like, share, subscribe. Catch you next week.